Hello everyone, Carson here, and in this video, I'm gonna be solving Wordle number 1245 and New York Times Hard Sudoku for November 15th, 2024. So let's get this video started with Wordle number 1245. I'm gonna start with the word maths. Alright, got the A green and T yellow. So I've placed A as the second letter, and I also know that T goes somewhere else in this word. It could be something like table, definitely. Or something, I don't know, T ending. It could be A-I-N-T ending. Paint, for example. Um, but there are just too many options that are possible. So I'm gonna try the elimination strategy and guess four new letters with the T placed somewhere else. So I can try something like point, but I also I wanna include the I and the E. I and E. I think I wanna try those. With the N as well. Um, it's alright, I can try a net. Or can I think of a better word? No, it's alright. I'll try a net. Okay, surprisingly, okay, well, not that surprisingly, but I did not expect all the four new letters I tried were wrong. I mean, not in this word. And T does not go fifth either. So if it's TA something something something, it could be Taylor. It could be Taylor or something A something T something. Now, if that's the case, then I feel like it has to either end with a Y or another vowel. I can try something like dafty. It's not even a word. Okay, daft is a word, but not dafty. Never mind. Darty. I think that's unlikely, so never mind. Why not just try Taylor? Oh, it's a proper noun. It's a name. Ah, okay. Um, forgot that it doesn't accept names. It could be tally, but I don't want to repeat a letter. Alright, I'll just try Darty. Uh, it's not even a word. You know what? Let's just try tally and see what happens. Okay, it is TA something something Y. Taffy. Taffy. No, it's not taffy. Could it be another vowel? I don't think so. Tarty. Is that a word? Tardy? Oh no. Oh, I did not expect that there would be so many combinations. Tabby. Tacky? I don't think that's a word. Taggy. Oh gosh. You know, It's my last guess anyway. I have no way of knowing what the answer is, what the answer actually is, so I'm gonna have to shoot a guess, and if it's wrong, then very, very unlucky. No, it's tacky. I failed again. I just failed the day before yesterday, I think. Yeah, I failed the day before yesterday. I just failed 2 days ago, and today I failed again. Oh gosh, what? That's quite bad, honestly. I failed twice this week. In the matter of 3 days, I failed twice. So yeah, definitely not fun. But yeah. I mean, I've got nothing to say about today's Wordle. I don't know why I didn't continue to use the elimination strategy after the third or fourth guess, but you know, um sometimes when you think that something's gonna happen, it's not guaranteed. So yeah. Didn't realize there were that many options available. So tacky is today's Wordle answer. Unfortunately, I did not guess it in 6 tries. Um yeah, for today's Wordle. Hopefully, very hopefully that the next streak will be better. But who knows? So we'll just pray for the best. Alright, well, tacky is today's Wordle answer. This is Wordle number 1245. After I'm done with this, let's move on to New York Times Sudoku. Again, today is November 15th, 2024. Let's start the hard difficulty Sudoku for today. I see that these ones, points left, um, these fours, points down, and this cell sees another four. This 3 points left, and this 3 points up. So in block 1, the digit 3 is forced into column 2, and then these 3's points down, where this cell sees another 3. These 3's point up, and this cell sees another 3. So in block 2, the digit 3 is forced into this cell, and then these 3's points left to force the digit 3 into this cell in block 1. We have these 3's pointing right, where this cell sees another 3. This 7 points left. So in block 1, the digit 7 is forced into row 1, and then these 7's force the digit 7 into this cell in block 2. We have these 7's pointing right, where this cell sees another 7, and the missing digits of row 3 are 2 and 4, so let's mark that down. This 2-4 pair means that the other 3 open cells in block 3 form a 5-8-9 triple. This cell sees 8, so this is 5 and 9. It also means that in block 3, the digit 8 is forced into column 9. So these 8s force the digit 8 into one of these two cells in block 6. We have these 8s pointing left, and this cell sees another 8. I also see that in row 6, this cell sees 8, this cell sees 8, this cell sees 8, and this cell also sees 8 from block 3. But 8 still has to go somewhere in row 6 because it's still missing. So the digit 8 in row 6 is forced into this cell, because all other open cells see another 8, and that this is the only cell available for 8 in this row, so 8 is forced into this cell. And then these 8 points up to force the digit 8 into this cell in block 2, and these 8 points right to force the digit 8 into this cell in block 3. Alright, got the majority of the 8s placed. We still have 8s in these 3 blocks left, but so far so good. So 5's here. We now know that in block 3, both 5 and 9 are forced into row 1. So 5's here, points left. With this 5 pointing up, the digit 5 in block 1 is forced into this cell. And then 1, 6, and 7 are the missing digits of block 1. This cell sees 6 and 7. So this cell is forced to be a 1, leaving a 6-7 pair in the other two cells. The missing digits of row 2 are 4 and 9, and these two cells form a 1-2 pair. That's for the markings. The missing digits of column 5 are 5 and 9. Let's mark that down. 1 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 1 into this cell in block 4. Hmm. Okay, might be missing something here. You know what? It's alright. Let's just fill out some um rather restricted or limited rows or columns or blocks so we can make deductions easier. In row 6, the missing digits are 2, 4, 6, and 7. This cell sees 2 and 4, so this cell can only contain 6 and 7. There's already something that I can see is that in column 1, these two cells only contain 6 and 7. In column 1, there are 2 open cells which only contain 6 and 7, which are 2 digits. So I have to keep both 6 and 7 into these 2 cells. Because in Sudoku, we cannot leave cells empty. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must fit 1 digit into every cell. So that means I have to keep both 6 and 7 into these 2 cells. Because only 6 and 7 are possible to go into these 2 cells, and that nothing else can go into these 2 cells. And in order to avoid empty cells, I must keep both 6 and 7 into these 2 cells. So this 6-7 pair eliminates all 6s and... Well, I should say that no other open cell in this column can contain 6 and 7, because it sees both of the cells involved in the 6-7 pair. Yeah, I'll just say that the 6-7 pair eliminates 6s and 7s from all other open cells in this column. So this 6-7 pair means that the other 4 open cells in this column contain the other missing digits of this column. 1, 3, 5, and 9. This cell sees 1, 3, and 5, so this actually has to be a 9. Alright, you can double check this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 from the 6-7 pair, and 8. So this cell can only be a 9, because it cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 is the only possible digit into this cell, so I have to force a 9 into this cell, which makes this a 5 and 9 to complete column 5. These 9s point down. The missing digits of block 8 are 1, 5, and 6. This cell sees 5, so it's 106 only. 156, 156. Okay, let's finish up the marking of column 1. Down here, these 3 open cells form a 135 triple. This cell sees 3, so it's 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. Hmm. Um, Alright, let's continue to mark row 6. Again, 2, 4, 6, and 7 are the missing digits. This cell sees 7 only, so it's 2, 4, 6. This cell sees 6, so it's 2, 4, 7, and this cell is 2, 4, 6, 7, so don't think I want to mark that down yet. Alright, the missing digits of block 5 are 2, 4, 6, and 9. These two cells C4, so 4 is forced into one of these two cells, and these 9s force 9 into one of these two cells in block 5, which leaves 2, 6 in all of them. Alright, let's keep marking down digits. I guess that's the only way. Um, I'm gonna make progress. Because I don't really see anything. I apologize. Alright, the missing digits of column 7 are 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. This cell sees 2 and 8, so it's 4, 5, and 6. Um, I mean, it's not that great of a marking. In row 9, the missing digits are 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. This cell sees 1 and 6, so what was it again? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So it's 2, 4, 5, because it sees 1, 6. Hmm. Oh, okay, I see it. So 3, 7, and 9 points down, and also in row 9, 3, 7, and 9 points right. So these 3s, 7, and 9s force these 3 digits into these 3 cells only. So in block 9, in order to fit all 3, 7, and 9 into block 9, I have to make these 3 cells reserved for 3, 7, and 9. Because these 3 digits can only go into these 3 cells. These 3 cells are shared among those 3 digits. And they can only go into those 3 cells. So in order to fit all these 3 digits into block 9, I have to make them reserved for 3 and 9. Meaning that this 379 triple eliminates all other digits from these 3 cells. Because they have to contain 3, 7, and 9. And now, these ones points down and 1 cannot go into the 379 triple. So in block 9, the digit 1 is forced into this cell, and now this cell sees 1 and 3, so in this triple, this cell must be a 5, leaving behind a 1-3 pair. This 5 points right to force the digit 5 into column 7 in block 9, because remember, 5 cannot be in the 379 triple, so 5's here, and then these 5s point right, where this cell sees the 5 from block 9. So these 2 cells form a 3-5 pair. It's about the same logic, is that these 3s and 5s force both 3 and 5 into these 2 cells only. So I have to make these 2 cells reserved for 3 and 5, because both of them can only go into these 2 cells in block 6, and that they're shared. So this 3-5 pair eliminates all other digits from these 2 cells, because I have to make them contain 3 and 5. Which makes the other 5 cells contain 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Is there anything I can do that with? Um, hmm, not sure. No, wait, it's 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Did I say that correctly? 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. Alright, the missing digits of row 9 are 2, 4, and 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, and the cell C6, so it's 2 or 4 indeed. Oh, and there is a 2, 4 pair in column 8. It's the same logic as the 6, 7 pair in column 1. Basically, in column 8, there are 2 open cells which only contain 2 and 4. So in order to avoid empty cells, I must keep 2 and 4 in these 2 cells. I must keep both of them in these 2 cells to avoid empty cells. Because if I were to put 2 or 4 elsewhere, that means if I don't keep 2 and 4 in these 2 cells and I put them somewhere else, at least one of them would end up being empty and would have no value. So in order to avoid that, I must keep 2 and 4 in these 2 cells, so this 2, 4 pair eliminates 2s and 4s from all other open cells in this column, meaning that this cell cannot contain 2 or 4 because it sees both of the cells involved in the 2, 4 pair, making this cell a 7. Double check, this cell sees 1, 2 and 4 from this pair, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. So indeed, it must be a 7, and it can only be a 7. Which makes the 6 and 7 and 6. The 7 points up to force the digit 7 into the cell in block 4. 7 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 7 into this cell in block 9. These 2 cells form a 2-8 pair, which eliminates 8 from this cell. I can now force the digit 8 into this cell in block 7. The cell now sees 6, and the missing digits of column 3 are 2 and 4, but this cell sees a 2. So I can make this a 4 and 2, this a 4 and 6 to complete row 9. Sorry, I meant to eliminate 6 from this cell. These 2 cells form a 4-5 pair. No, not a 4-5 pair. They form a 2-5 pair, but this cell sees a 2. So I can make this 5 and 2. These 5s, oh sorry. No, what was this again? It's a 5, okay. Now, these 5s force the digit 5 into this cell in block 8. These 2 cells form a 6-9 pair. And these 2 cells form a 4-8 pair for this column, but this cell sees a 4. So I can make this 8 and 4 to complete column 7. This 8 points back to the left, making this 2 and 8. This 2 eliminates 2s from these 2 cells, making these 2 cells a 6-9 pair, which means that the other 2 cells in block 5 form a 2-4 pair. But this cell also sees 2. So, sorry, this cell also sees 4. So I must make this a 2. Or you could have just said that 2 and 6 are the missing digits of row 5. But this cell cannot contain 6, so it must be a 2. 4, which makes this 9 and 4. This 9 makes this 6 and 9. This 6 points down, making this 1 and 6, and 3 and 1. 9 and 3, and 6 and 9 to complete the bottom 3 rows. This is a 2 to complete row 6, and this is a 6 to complete row 5. This is a 2 and 1 to complete columns 4 and 6. And the cell now sees 3, so it's 5, 3, 5, 9, and the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in a bit over 17 minutes, so I'd say this Sudoku puzzle is mostly straightforward. I would go over some key spots summary. So, like usual, any hard Sudokus on New York Times require you to spot pairs or triples, definitely. So examples like the 2-4 pair in row 3, and that also works for block 3. This 2-4 pair here also led to the 5-8-9 triple in block 3, and after you place the 8, it's even better that the 5-9 pair in block 3 lines up in row 1, which affects the placement of certain digits in blocks 1 and 2. And then later on, the 6-7 pair in column 1, after I started marking down row 6, yeah, the 6-7 pair in column 1, and after you place this 9, you get the 1-3-5 triple down here in the same column. So yeah, the 6-7 pair in column 1, I feel like was quite useful and somewhat significant. And I also think that the 2-4 pair in column 8 was quite key, honestly. And before that, I don't know, I forgot when, but it was this 7. Oh yeah, it was after the 2-4 pair. Oh, but there was the 3-7-9 triple first. Okay, yeah. In block 9, there was the 3-7-9 triple. In block 9, there was the 3-7-9 triple, and later. Was it later or I forgot? It was just that in column 8 at some point there was this 2-4 pair. This 2-4 pair in column 8 makes this cell a 7. So I would say that's for the key spots. Yeah, mainly just pairs and triples. Of course, if you have any other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad and try my best to apply you, and hopefully this video helped. Today is November 15th, 2024. In this video, I've solved Wordle number 1245. Actually, I didn't really solve it. I failed to do so, but you know what I mean. I played Wordle number 1245 and New York Times hard Sudoku in today's video. And I'll see you all in tomorrow's video. Bye!